What's up? I'm Mike, N2MAK, and this is the bag that I use for my ICOM 705. Let's take a look at what's inside. So first of all, before we get started, I'm not an affiliate, but I will leave links to the bag and some of the items in there that are available on Amazon. They are affiliate links, but this video is not sponsored. Everything that you see here, I've paid for on my own. So the bag, let's start with that first. This is a Mosiso. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but you'll see the link down below. I picked it up about a year and a half ago from Amazon for around $50. Now I got to give a shout out to Scott from Ham Radio for Non-Techies. He actually did a review on this bag that encouraged me to buy one. He compared this with the ICOM bag for the 705. Obviously this is a lot cheaper, or I should say it's a lot less expensive, but I think that you can get maybe a little bit more in here, and plus I'm a bigger guy, and this bag just seemed bigger and it fits really well. So let's start with the outside first. There is on this side, this is actually a water bottle pouch, and I'm not sure how well you can see that. It's elastic, so it should adjust and fit most water bottles. Right now in there I have, this is the Soda Beam's Carbon 6 mast, which is really small and lightweight. I keep that there. I picked this up in the spring before Hamvention. This is an Abri CB antenna. It's got a BNC on it. I've used it just a couple times. I want to test it out more. That's just kind of why it's there. I don't really have a home for it yet, but I only picked it up for a few bucks and was able to make an FT8 contact with Belize from the hotel room in Dayton, believe it or not. So I mean, it paid for itself as far as I'm concerned, but I want to try it out some more. And then this is a fishing rod holder, and you can see the spike. There's actually, it's threaded, and I will warn you, this is aluminum, so you can, if you look close enough, or at least you can see it on my end, there's a little bit of a bend. It's not the most heavy duty, but it is small and convenient, and so this will screw together, and now you have a something that'll hold. This will hold the Soda Beam's Carbon 6. It'll hold the Gochers, those carbon fiber telescopic fishing rods, and like I said, it's kind of inexpensive. I wouldn't rely on this alone unless it's there's no wind out. But even when I'm leaning the mast up against a tree just to do something quick and dirty, at least putting this on there and having a stake in the ground keeps the base from kicking out, gives it a little bit, makes it a little bit more secure. So, so those for now are in the water bottle pouch. On this side, because this is a photography bag, this does fold down, and this is designed for a tripod, but it's gonna hang down, so if I'm hiking in for a soda or a hike in POTA activation, I will put the mast in on this side and the water bottle over on that side. But for just everyday use, where this is grab and go, that's folded up, and the mast is over there. So let's take a look on the inside now. Now I always keep one of these ShamWows with me. I got a handful of them, and they come in handy, whether it's just to set down to sit on or cover up a dirty picnic table, clean something up. They always come in handy. So here's the main compartment, and everything revolves around the ICOM 705. I keep this in a Domke wrap. I initially got the wrap for the G90, my first radio. It fits fine on this. I went a little bit overboard too, and I have the POV cage on the 705, and then this is the sidekicks, like that plastic shield that works with the POV. But I've seen the Domke wraps used. This is the larger size. Like I said, it worked with the G90, works perfectly fine with the 705 and even the 891. these are used by photographers for lenses and expensive equipment, and the 705 certainly fits that bill. And I'll say, because this is a photography bag, all of these panels are padded, they're Velcro, they're adjustable. So you could customize this a number of different ways and whatnot. So let's start up on this side. This is the charger for the Bioenno battery. What else do I have in here? And so here I got some charging cables and just plug and whatnot. So I had stuff to charge up some of my gear, whether it's my phone or the battery bank, which looks like that's next in here. Then this is just a cheap battery bank, flashlight and whatnot. This one I think has, it's got USB A and C in there. So plus it's got the solar, which makes it handy and whatnot. Something simple. I don't have solar to power the radio yet. I haven't got to that point. My activations are usually just an hour or two when I have time. But at least want to be able to charge up my devices and have that option. Next up, and you'll see this theme. This is how cheap I am sometimes. I tend to just use old plastic bags to keep some of the equipment in. I don't know how much protection that adds from water spills or things like that, but I keep the mic for the 705, as with a lot of other things in these, and just reuse plastic bags. I can probably do better, and maybe it doesn't really add much, but always like to have it at least. You never know, like if it does start raining and you're packing up, at least things are protected. And here, this is the 1010s. This is the QRP end-fed half wave, and I think this is good up to 20 or 25 watts. I just need to add the radiating element, which I have over here for that. So we can actually set these back in here as we go along. Likely have less to clean up later. All right, I mentioned the radiating element. So I have some of those down here on winders. This is already cut and tuned for 20 meters. This is for 40 meters. And then 17 meters. I should probably adopt the K-Murder linked end-fed half wave. It's on the to-do list, as with a bunch of other things. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but I got all that wire in there, so I can definitely pare some of that down by creating the link system and whatnot. I definitely like having 17 meters since this is a QRP bag. And if the bands are crowded because of a contest, it's much easier to be on 17 if I'm running low power levels. Over here, we have some power cord. This is the MAT 705 tuner in another reused plastic bag. So you got the 705 tuner, and in there is just the connecting cable, little BNC jumper, and then charging cable for that, which is USB-C. I've had really good success with this tuner. I would have loved to get the ICOM one that was pricier, like the ICOM bag, but this definitely has worked out well for me. This is the power cable. What else do we have in here? All right, this is a Manfrotto tripod that I can, if I want to put the camera on, I can certainly do that, but I use this for the 705, not all the time, but if I'm going to be activating for a little while, then this certainly comes in handy. And there's some different sizes. I got one that's a little bit more expensive because of the weight. Since I have the cage on the 705, I think the weight for one of the smaller sized tripods from Manfrotto was really close, and so I went with something a little bit beefier because, again, the protection on there. This is just a homebrew power cable, and I believe this one is power poles to, oh, I know what this is. So this is the barrel connector, which will go in here. You can actually draw from the other connection on the BioNO battery. And so if there was something else that I required power poles for and I wanted to, I can hook that into here. That's what this is. Let's see what else we got in here. This is just a simple book light. I have a USB-C rechargeable one that I keep with the 7300, but this just takes the small, like, little hearing aid battery things, and it's flexible. It clips right on to the side rails, and it's great for late shift operations so that you can see the control panel. This bag, this is just some extra paracord, and these are just two real small plastic bags that I usually keep just in case I have waste and garbage. Some parks like the one I'm in now are carry in, carry out. There's no trash receptacles or anything. And I've only gone out with my dogs, I think twice maybe. So, but at least I got some bags for garbage and whatnot. So let's get these back in there. There. Now over to this side, let's see what we got here. This is the N9 SAB 40/6 off-center fed dipole. That's good for up to 50 watts. He does make one with the SO2 39s for 100 watts. This is the lower power option, and 50 watts is certainly more than enough with a great antenna like this. And I have more antennas over here. Let's get to these. So this is, on this winder, this is the Reliance antennas 9-to-1. This will do up to 100 watts sideband. And the purple wire that I have on it is a 41-foot random wire. That's a 17-foot counterpoise, so everything fits on that winder. But Matt at Reliance Antennas did send me a 53-foot one, so I got a 53-foot element. I've used that a couple times and want to get out and do some more with this for late shift. Then two small speaker wire dipoles that I use the BNC clips for. These are cut for 2 meters and 6 meters. And let's put those back in there. And let's take a look now at what we have in the other compartments. So let's slide this down a little bit. You can see what we have. There's 2 pockets here. And the zipper is actually getting stuck on the bag that's in there. Surprise, another plastic bag. And I've been meaning to replace these. I actually ordered some bags a while back from Amazon, and I just haven't swapped these out because I'm just a creature of habit. But so this has a lot of adapters in there, and I got male and female BNC binding posts that I can use with that speaker wire to make some quick dipoles. Here's one of the Wago to power pole connectors. I've used that in the field. They work well. And then just a whole host of different adapters. A lot of it is BNC to SO 239 just because obviously the 705's got a BNC. So lots of different adapters in there just in case I need something. So that's the adapter kit. And then this is kind of like the connections kit or attachments kit, I should say. So we got electrical tape in there. I've got some zip ties, some bongo ties. This is some of the that rubber wire that you can usually get at Lowe's or Home Depot and the garden section. There's just this mason line string, some Velcro ties. There's some carabiners, some of the S carabiners in there, some elastic ties. It's a hot mess. I actually did not prep this bag at all for for this video. This is how it's been for a while. This is how I used it when I went out for POTA today. So this is how it is. And I think as I go through some of this, I would love to get some feedback from anyone watching. Things that you think I'm missing or ways that you would improve the organization. Let's see what else we got in here. So there's an extra pen. This is actually a Wolfer Recoils one from Dayton in the last year or two. It does have the little touchscreen thing there at the end. In this little bag, what I simply have is, let's see if I can get it out easily. This is just a right angle BNC and then a 17-inch, I think it is, or 19-inch, 17-inch, I think. Tiger tail, shout out to Big Jim, counterpoise, so that if I want to put the signal stick antenna on the 705, I can do that, and I just connect the speaker wire counterpoise to the ground lug, and it lowers the SWR. So if I need to use that, I got that in there, and then a couple things fell out of this little baggie. So what I did have in that little baggie is just a simple, is it Suunto, however you pronounce that, compass, a little clip-on compass. That's a memory card adapter. And then this is just a small, very small Streamlight flashlight that is USB rechargeable. What I like about this is it does have, ooh, and I popped the clip off. It does have a clip, so if you are wearing a hat, you can easily affix this to the brim of your hat, as a makeshift headlamp. And now watch me struggle to get this thing back on. There we go. And we're doing it live. It does have a small little carabiner clip there too. So, it's small. It doesn't take up much space. And if I get stuck out later than I planned and I don't have more flashlight options, this is nice because, like I said, I can easily affix this to a hat and stuff. And put those bits and bobs back in there. And that's it for this pouch. And we'll take a look at the second pouch. Wow, I might actually be able to do this all in one long take. What do you think about that? And here is a lot of coaxial cables. And as I mentioned earlier, signal stick antenna. I keep this in there. It's easy, makes it easy if I need to do 2 meters and 440 quick. This is homebrew run of RG316. I think this is about 20 to 25 feet, and BNCs on both ends. This was some RG174 that was from Soda Beams, and this has the right angle adapters. This is a smaller run. This is about 15 feet-ish or so. They had it measured in meters, so it must be more like, it's probably more like a 5-meter run, so more like 17 feet or so. So a couple different options there for the coax. This big chunky boy is the USB cable. I got snap-on ferrites at both ends, and then a big mix 31 in the middle. I've heard from others, I've experienced it myself, some RFI sensitivity with the 705, and it is what it is, so always be choking. This is just a quick homebrew choke as well. This has got a female and a male end, so I can put this either right at the end of the transformer, or I can put this on the radio side of things to try to knock out some of that common mode as well. And then lastly, and I got to give a shout out to TO, Temporary Offline, for this one. So this cable will allow me to run the 705 at 10 watts with a powerful enough USB-C battery bank with power delivery. So that's what this is. And I've tested it. It works great. I got 2 battery banks, I think, that are big enough to do it. And so when I travel, I usually bring at least one of those because those battery banks are powerful enough. If I needed to run my MacBook Air off of them, I could. Ooh, something more in there. Yes. Again, always be choking. So this is the N9 SAB choke, and it's male female. So I can use this if I do like a makeshift speaker wire dipole with the those BNC adapters. I can easily just drop that on there. I can hook this up to the rig. I can put it at the base of one of the transformers, the 49-to-1 or the 9-to-1. Lots of options. So as you can see, I try to have, you never know when something's going to fail. So whether it's the chokes, whether it's the antennas, whether it's the coax, try to have multiple options and whatnot. So there we go. This is the inside, but wait, there's more. Let me turn this thing around and we'll take a look and see what's on the other side. And back here, there's plenty of room for a laptop and whatnot. And I will take some of this stuff out, or I rearrange things depending on if I do need to get the laptop in there. But for right now, what we have here, this is the Ed Fong roll-up J-pole. And there's some extra 6-foot extensions in there, male to female BNC of the RG174 that you can, if you buy the kit, you can usually add those in, and I did. So there's that, and a little bit of power cord, and there's some adapters in there as well for this. So this is my Ed Fong roll-up J-pole. So this is the name brand Night Eyes rubber wire. These things are great, and they're awesome for securing masts to like a signpost or a picnic table. You can use them to easily hang like a transformer, a 49-to-1 or something from a tree. This is some more coax. This is just a short 6-foot jumper. This was MPD digital, and then it's BNC to SO239. I got this, and this is if I'm going to be using, I got the elk antenna, which I don't have here with me right now. This allows me to easily connect to that. But I also have, and this is just a 25-foot run of RG58 that's BNC on both ends. It's purchased from Amazon. It's a little bit heavier duty than the RG174 or RG316. If I was going to do the random wire, I might opt for something like that because it's going to be less lossy versus the thinner coax. But if I'm putting up a off-center fed dipole or a dipole, I might go with the thinner coax just to relieve strain. And then here, I just got some laminated band plans and cheat sheets. There's a cheat sheet for FRS, GMRS, got a license for me and my son, band plans, consider operators guide to frequencies. And so that's all free stuff that just laminated and stays in there. So I got it for an easy reference. And like I said, some of this stuff is duplicative. I don't always need the J-pole, especially if I got the signal stick. And I don't always need the heavier coax and stuff. And I can take all that out, and that easily fits the Jankopotamus or my iPad if I want to do that. And then lastly, what I'll show on here is there's a little pocket here. I kind of forget what's in there. So, ooh, stickers. Got stickers in case I run into people. I want to give some out. And let's see what else we got in here. Another pen and some paper real quick. You can see I've jotted down some call signs and other things, park numbers. You never know, and you're going to have issues. And sometimes with some park-to-parks with multiple references, it's just easier to write stuff down and then log it right after. I got the Nifty guide. These are awesome. I have them for all my radios and definitely recommend them. let's see here. These are just some of the business cards that I had made up when I went to Invention to hand out to vendors. There's a few extra of the Velcro dividers and whatnot that I put back there, or I think, and that's it. So, and a couple other things I'll point out since we're looking at the back here. Let me just jam all this stuff back in there. And let's get this back in there. Okay. I'm trying hard to do this just one take. There is padding right there, which is good. You might notice this. I forget what they call this. That's for your luggage. So if I was to carry this on with a carry-on bag, I mean, this will fit right over the handle, and I've done that many a times when I'm traveling for work, and it works great, and it's just easier to carry that way. But anyway, that's the bag, and all of this for just 20 pounds. 20 pounds is what it weighed just before I brought it out to the park. All right, that'll do it. And thanks again to Scott at Ham Radio for Non-Techies. Again, he's the one that showed this bag in comparison to the ICOM 705 bag, which I'm sure is a great bag, and it's really designed around the radio. But ultimately, between size, the ability to customize it, and probably most importantly, price, I went with this one. And a year and a half later, it's still holding up. It's my go-to bag. I'm really happy with it, what I can fit in there. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, click like, subscribe to my channel, and by all means, if you have any tips for organization, if there's anything you think that I left out that I should add, by all means, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike, N2MAK 73. But wait, there's more. I'm walking back to the car, and I realized I forgot a couple things. First up, Gerber dime. This was actually in the bottom of this black pouch where the flashlight was, and the compass, and a couple of the memory card. So it's a small keychain size. It'd be a big keychain, but small multi-tool. It's just got a blade, drivers, most importantly though, the pliers that can come in handy. So I always try to have a multi-tool on me, and I went with a smaller one given the nature of this. But in this pouch at the very bottom, you'll see that Altoids kit. So we'll go into that later, but I do have one of these. This is one of the kids, one of those magic towels, and then this has just got some tissues in there just in case. But this, my little Altoids POTA survival tin. So try to do this one-handed. So got a celery rubber band there. It's my makeshift Ranger band, and let's open this up. And it's been a while since I've been in here, but let's see, you got a cough drop. This is just a cut up gift card or whatnot with some duct tape around it. Got a lighter, flashlight, pencil, small Victorinox, looks like some tissues, and just some Band-Aids. And I think I probably have like Benadryl. There might be, it looks like, yeah, those are like the bee sting relief wipes. I don't know how effective those are, but just wanted something small. You know, it's not really a first aid kit so much as it is just something to have on hand for boo-boos or some kind of an emergency or whatnot. So anyway, the Altoids tins, real nice and easy way to get everything in there. So there you go. Now that is the complete ICOM 705 bag. 7-3.